Gosh.
There we go. Oh, I love this song. All right. What does it say there? Click here when live for stream into viewer. What?
No, you're good. I'm like,
Oh, you are.
yeah, we can see everything.
Hey, what is up, beautiful people? How are ya? I need my pep talk.
Watching you is like watching myself sometimes.
How?
Well,
That's weird.
No, it's
That's
because
weird.
Listen, it's because of the way that you do like the whole thing, like right? Well, you did it in the manly version, right? But that's how I do. That's what I do all the time too when I'm running into people and I'm super excited. And then I just had a glimpse of what Mike sees. I was like, hey, everybody, we're so happy to be here. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
You give me gas. I got pep talk. Oh, I need my pep talk.
We're talking about this morning what constitutes oversharing
Hey,
in our friendship slash twinship.
Twinship. That's a word. Twinship. We're making a shirt out of it.
Oh, we totally twin A
Twinship.
and twin B.
Yeah.
You're twin A because you came way before.
So mean. So rude.
Anyway, we're so excited to be here. Welcome. I hope you are. I think we have one viewer, so yeah, or three viewers.
Yeah,
so
we got three. Yay for our 3 viewers.
Listen, thank you so much for joining. It's been a while. It's been since June, May.
It's been 5 months. So
That we
June,
haven't-
July, August, September, October, and then we're in November.
Yeah, it's been. I've missed it a lot.
I have too. And apparently I'm famous.
Apparently, you are.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Anytime that him and I would see each other, he's like, "Oh my gosh, I went this place, and then this person was talking to me about the podcast, and da da da, and how much it helped them." And I always thought that he was lying. No, not that you were lying, but I was like, okay, because that had never happened to me. So
Yeah.
I was like, I guess I'm like, okay, right. So I didn't know if you were embellishing. I didn't know if you were being truthful. I was like, all right, it is what it is, right?
Telling the truth.
I know. I totally believe you because I actually went somewhere in September where somebody was like, oh my gosh, I watch your podcast with Miguel and da 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 da, right? I was like, oh, I guess it is true.
Did you hear what they said? Here, let me fix this mic here
Who
because
said?
this is starting to bother me. Isn't that better?
Yeah, that's so much better. Thank you. I couldn't figure it out before. It was all like in my face.
Yeah, no, it was I was at an event and they did one of those double takes.
It was a wedding or a funeral. I think it was a funeral.
No, it was a farewell.
Oh, it was a farewell. Yes.
And then a couple of people did a double take. They were like, and then I'm like, and then so I kind of like jump back and they're like, you're the
Does it
guy
feel
from the
weird?
podcast.
What does it feel like when you get recognized?
When I get okay, so I know you're saying that sarcastically.
No,
You don't really mean it.
No, I mean it. Because sometimes I had people that I don't physically know come up to me.
Yeah.
So I just wonder what does it feel like for you?
So for me, it felt it's humbling because in my mind, like I know that we see how many viewers we have here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously these are not the matrix that we go by because if we take a look at Spotify and Apple, like our numbers are in the thousands, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Like in the millions.
So I know that 500 is just for me, right? So those views should.
True.
But
All the views are from Miguel here.
100%.
I
just put it on a rewatch.
I'm like the Robin to your Batman.
100%.
Or am I what's the guy, the old guy, Al?
The Penguin.
No, I'm the Penguin. Anyway, go on.
So it's humbling. It really is because in my mind, not a lot of people watch, but then I keep getting all these messages and when it's going to go back on from close people and people that I don't even know that are across the country. I know that we had a couple of viewers from Africa
That's cool.
watching us. And so got messages from there and I'm like, oh, I had no idea. So it's very humbling. So I do appreciate all the support and the feedback and everything that you guys give us. And yeah, I've definitely missed this.
Yeah, me too.
So whose fault really is it?
I would say it's neutral.
No, it's all you.
Do you think it's my fault?
It was all
Why?
you.
I did get super busy.
And she started her own podcast.
No, I did not. Okay. I post on social media.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead, read
I don't
it.
have Facebook.
I post on social media, and sometimes when I feel like I'm talking a lot, I often think that it's my own personal podcast because I'm talking a lot. I send voice notes to friends that are like 10 minutes plus. Sometimes I'm like, oh, sorry, but you're welcome.
It's a TED Talk.
Oh, 100%. I do TED Talks all the time. You guys know, like, if you're close to me and I'm sending you voice notes, they're at least 4 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, what was the question? I forgot.
That you were starting your own podcast.
Oh, no. Okay, so what happened is that I'm reading this book, or I was reading this book called The 5 Love Languages of Teenagers. Blew my mind. I
Okay.
loved it. And there was this one aspect that I feel like sometimes as parents, we don't talk enough with our kids, which is dating. Right?
Okay.
So I had all these thoughts about it. I found that the book aligned very much with my thought process and gave me even more of a foundation of how to have a better a better conversation with a teen and with kids and all that stuff. So I wanted to share. I was like, listen, parents, like,
you share all the time. That was not the surprise.
It was my wording. Okay, so it was my wording on the context, on the
Right.
caption. I said with laughing emojis, something along about like join me on my own personal podcast. I don't remember.
Exactly.
Okay,
So here I am. We haven't done anything, and then all of a sudden she puts a
This guy
post in
thinks
my
we're
own
broken.
personal podcast, and I'm like,
Okay.
well, that's rude.
Oh, first of all, it was not like that. Let me find what I actually said. Hold on. Oh shoot! Let me put the volume down because all my stuff is coming up.
So while she's looking for,
Oh, here it is.
Okay, go.
Okay, I said, get ready. Here's my own personal podcast about teen dating based on the 5 love languages. Okay, I see how it could have been.
So I told Tegan, I'm like, what? She's starting her own. Hang on, but hang on.
Go ahead.
I was there, and I'm like, Tegan, I think she's starting her own podcast. And she goes, what? How could she do that to us? No, I'm joking. She didn't say that.
Tegan and I would have a good crying like moment.
Yeah.
No, I would never do that.
She was so upset because she thought it was real.
Oh,
Not,
what?
not the your own personal podcast, but not upset at you. Upset the fact that we broke up.
We didn't listen. We had this conversation because it got a little weird because we hadn't chatted.
I know,
Remember,
I
we hadn't
know.
chatted. So we finished. We had plans of coming back and redoing it
Yeah,
or
yeah.
doing more episodes. But then life got crazy.
Well,
My
no.
schedule got super crazy.
My
and
computer broke.
I
so-
didn't know your computer broke.
Yeah.
though.
So what? So the storyline is during the summer it gets very, very crazy for both families,
Yeah.
especially like for us because, anyways, it was everybody had different things. There was a bunch of McMullen family reunions and Martinez family reunions, and it just got super crazy,
Well,
right?
and your summers are fully packed because
Fully packed.
Tegan works
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
You work a lot during the school year. So
Yeah.
this is your time to do
Go
things
camping,
as a family.
go for a week, right?
Plus
So-
all the church events that like either you're participating, your kids are participating, and you're
yeah.
traveling and all that
And
stuff.
this is like our 30-year podcast over the summer.
yeah.
Right. And so it's always happened. Like come summertime, this episode starts to go down.
Yeah.
Then September comes around and I'm like, are you ready? And you were like, yeah, I'm kind of ready. And so
No, you never texted me. You never said. He never texted me, okay?
we did.
No.
We saw
I
each other at a
texted
church
you.
event.
No, I texted
Stop
you.
airing out
and
your
you
dirty
never,
laundry. Yes, you did.
So I texted him.
I'm so scared.
And then he never texted me back, and I'm like, "Is he upset?" So we
Oh,
finally ran
yeah.
into each other, and I was like, "I'm like, is it gonna get weird? Like, is it gonna have like, that?" No, we've had fights before, so I can't even say our first twin fight, right? Like, we've had fights.
It was a sibling fight.
It was a bit of a misunderstanding because we hadn't communicated, and then we ran into each other, and I was like, "So, are we breaking up or what?" Literally,
People were listening and were like, what is happening right now?
it's so funny.
But then my computer broke.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Had you
I
told
know.
me that, it wouldn't
I
have
know.
gotten weird. So, because I was like, I'm totally game. Like, I still want to do this. And you're like, and then we started joking about breaking up and all that stuff, right?
We're going to make a breakup video.
Yeah, we were to say bon voyage. He always says that he's going to fire me anyway. So he's looking for a new host. But I honestly don't think that the podcast would do us well without me.
It
so
would.
Good luck.
Jason Palmer, I think would do a really good job. I was thinking about asking Bev, but then Bev uses way too many big words.
We don't understand.
I don't understand Bev half of the time, and so
you
I'm
have
like,
to
we're not.
take
we're
out your
not.
dictionary.
Yeah. Translation, no. So tell me, in this whole, I want to know two things.
Okay, what do you want to know?
What's the most difficult thing that you've been throughout this 5 months of separation from me?
Okay.
And
separation anxiety.
yeah, like besides that, besides like missing this,
Oh,
right? What's been one of the most difficult times?
okay.
And then what have you learned from it?
Ooh, this is a good one
I know.
because I feel like this summer has been one of growth for me.
Oh,
Yeah, I do feel because I've had a lot of struggles. I've had a lot of struggles around friendships this past little bit. Like it's been since actually it started last September, I would say, right? And it kind of trickled down, but then things got a little bit more intense, I'd say.
what did Michelle do? call her out.
Michelle, no, I'm just kidding. She doesn't even watch our podcast, so it's fine.
She does? No, she doesn't?
No, she doesn't.
That is so rude.
If you call yourself my BFF, you will watch every single one.
Every single episode. Man, okay.
The girl's busy. Anyway, I would just say that I had difficulties around friendships, but it wasn't necessarily about the other people. Yeah, sure, things were happening with the other people, but it was about myself. So I have come to learn that when things bubble up for me, it's not always about the immediate issue at hand. It's about things that I'm working through from like my childhood, right?
Okay.
It sounds really weird because I had a lot of difficult friendships in childhood. Not necessarily that I was super close to people, but I struggled making friendships when I was young, right?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Before you continue with the story?
Yeah.
Do you find that you go callous? If somebody does something, like if they're offended you or whatever, are you easy to forgive and forget? Or are you just like, I'm just going to move on and forget it?
No, I'm easy to forgive and forget if they're willing to have a conversation, right? If they're not, and they're the ones like icing me out.
What if they don't know that they've done something to bother you?
But I don't, like, if they've done something to bother me, I'm not the one cutting out. Like this particular, well, actually with one person, kind of, I probably should have had a better conversation with that person. Mm-hmm. And looking back at it, I've learned that I needed to have a conversation before I just kind of ice them out.
Okay.
So
but you do go callous.
With her, it was just over a period of many months, and it was many things that had happened, and I started getting in my head about it, and I was like, if you're going to get into my head about it, I have to take a step back, right? So with that one person, the second person, they were the ones that started talking about me, and they didn't want to have a conversation with me, right?
Yeah.
So with that, I didn't even know it was going on until after I found out about it, and I was like, wait, what? And so that at that point, I'm like, okay, you're not willing to, I thought we were literally okay.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing to have a conversation with me about it, and if you're the one that's like, blocking me, deleting me, whatever it is, then at that point, like, what am I supposed to do, right? I guess I could have reached out. I could have, but it is hurtful when those things happen, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so I would say that that kind of stuff did get into my head, and I feel like it has kind of boiled down to other areas of my life. But here's my moment of growth.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay. So I'm very curious to see, because I haven't seen any growth. But anyways.
And you know what? I continue growing. I continue growing because I continue having issues, clearly.
As soon as the podcast is over, Maria's going to throw something at me.
No, I never do. No, I never do. Okay, so this is my area of growth, which really, really helped me, was during the summer. So I do a lot of scripture study. I have a morning routine. My morning routine is solid.
Right.
And I rely a lot when I am struggling on the Lord. So I do a lot of scripture. I'll do a lot of like additional readings and whatnot. And there was this particular reading that I did that talked about pride. And so with this particular one, I understood pride to be like, oh, I think I'm better than you. Right? Or I think I'm better than you because I have either less or I have more. Because I believe that there's pride looking up and then looking down as well, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So that was my understanding. But in the context where this particular resource from our church explained it, was the fact that pride becomes when you put anything else before God. So it talked about actually having this desire to put other people's views on you before him. Okay. And it made me reflect. I'm like, the reason why I'm struggling is because I want to be liked, right? I have a desire to be liked. I have a desire to like care about what people like think of me, right? Yeah. But I wasn't really thinking and aligning my views with God. And I was like, I wasn't really asking myself, okay, what I'm doing aligned with God, right? Mm-hmm. I think at that point I had a 360 and I was like, okay, I need to care less about what people think of me, because that literally was a lot of the issues that I was having. I became into my head because I'm like, oh my gosh, these people have problems with me. So I'm like in my head now and I'm insecure and I don't want to show up on social media. Yeah. And I'm like scared to like be out there because the other side of being out there. Listen, I'm due for a good cry. Oh my gosh. I'm due for a good cry.
I'm not judging you, but I'm like...
Can we just talk about why I'm more sentimental this week? There's a reason why this week is a little more...
Oh my gosh. This one comes in and... oh my God.
I feel like we're that close that you should know.
We are not that close.
So once a month...
No, we're not talking about this. No. And then she tells me, she's like, what happens if me and Tegan start and the girls start aligning? And I'm like, that is not how I am moving out. That's what's happening. I think there should be a hotel. a hotel where men, it's just specifically for men
that week.
that they can just
We're not
go.
in olden times, you know.
What's that?
We're not in olden times where men were like.
No, I'm not afraid of it. I'm just afraid of the consequences.
It is. I do have to give it because it is a little bit more of an intense. You feel things more intensely, which is crazy, right?
Which is awesome. And I just want to be able to support you from a
afar.
distance. That's it. I just want an opportunity. I will text you. I will call you.
But just don't be around
from
you.
a distance.
Anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about, but yeah.
Not that. Not that.
So anyway, long story short, that was my moment of growth, just realizing and aligning my views more with God and ensuring that I am doing my best. Oh, the reason why I said that was because the fact when you show up on social media, more people get to know you.
Yeah.
And when more people know you, there is people that are not going to like you.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I find that the more I'm out there, the more that I'm hearing things, which is hard.
Yeah.
And so that's what gets in my head. And so
I know one person, and I think I've told
you're like, I know one person that doesn't for sure like you.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that's it. But then they've told me, right? And I'm like, why? And then they're like, oh, I just what did she say?
Fake? A lot of the times I get is that I'm fake.
Yeah, no, yeah, it can't be real.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, what, like, how do you, and here's what threw me off is like, have you ever like spoke to this person, like to you, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, never. And I'm like, so you've never hung out with them? They don't go to your ward, right? Like it has nothing to do with like in your immediate environment. I'm like, so have you ever hung out with this person? Have you ever talked to this person? Have you socialized with this person? Like, nope. And I'm like, so how in the world can you say, right, that this person is not legit? Because like, anyways, right? And so like, I don't know, she just seems. And I'm like,
yeah.
That's
the number one thing that I get from people is that I'm fake. And so then it gets in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I fake? Like, oh my gosh, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, you know me. What you see is what you get. So what you see here is literally what you get everywhere else.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, there's no 2.0 Maria. Like
no, this is it, guys. This is it.
This watered down version is what you get.
Yeah. But yeah, so that I think that has been my moment of growth, and I think it does come from the fact that like when you know more people know of you, obviously there's a potential for more people not to like you.
Yeah, there was who said it? Who said it? It was an actor that said they don't. If you contact me or if you contact him or him on social media, he won't respond. Right. Or if condolences or whatever the case is, he goes, if you're not my friend, you don't have my phone number. And so he goes, the only people that he gives out his number to, or the people that are whatever, at some point in time, there's been such he goes, a phone number is so personal. Yeah. Like it connects us. Right. Yeah. And so the minute you have my phone number, that means that you are part of my inner circle, and do not contact me on social media. We have millions of followers. Yeah. You want to talk to me? Use the phone. Call me or send me a text message and then whatever, right? He goes, everybody else, he goes, I could care less what people think. And they don't go through social media. Yeah. They don't read it. They don't whatever.
And that's the thing.
And that's Celebrity 101 best practice. Is whatever you post, movies, you don't read the reviews, you don't read the posts, you just stay away from that stuff. Yeah.
It's funny because there's so many people that I follow that are amazing. Like I love these people and I look up to them, whether they're a content creator or they're like from our church or like whatever it is, whatever reason I follow them, and they always have haters, right? Yeah. So I think it's just a learning curve, right? So yeah. Anyway, that's been my season of growth, I'd say. What about you?
What is this? Nope, that's not it.
Okay, I was like, imagine we're not live.
No, I was looking for what is that? Link to Zoom link? No.
So we have a bit of a new setup if you haven't noticed.
Well, I was looking for there we go. The comments. Look at all these comments. Hey,
Hey guys.
All right, so let me read some of these comments. The comments were turned off on our end, and so I'm seeing there's a lot of positive or feedback here. Here we go.
We're like, let's not say positive. It's just feedback.
So Jim Blenhart says, what's up? How are you? Welcome back. Thank you so much. Luis Serrano, he says, shout outs. Awesome. Bev, he's like, whoa, the room is flipped around.
Oh yeah, it totally is, right?
So I have a new setup in the studio. One of the reasons, so when the computer broke, before I had an L-shaped studio. right? And then, but I was running out of real estate space for when it comes to tables.
Yeah.
And when I work in my office, I use everything. Like I have my laptop and I got a couple of screens and I got like paperwork here
This
and
is snacks. He's like multiple supplements.
Doritos.
And then like
Doritos.
his clothes, his socks,
That stuff that's upstairs. But anyways, beside my
his
bed.
underwear. That's so weird. Like
So weird.
boundaries, Miguel. Boundaries.
You're the one that said it. This one. Anyways, and so I when I used to work in an office for a job, I always had a U-shaped desk.
Yeah.
When I was in finance, when I was in project managing, I always had a U-shaped desk. And for the first time, I was finding myself working at an L-shaped desk. Hated it. And so, the desk was kind of expensive too, right? And so I was hesitant. Long story short, I took the plunge. I bought a U-shape.
It's a U shape, so it's like it's much bigger than what it was before.
Much bigger, right? And I absolutely love it. But then to build this, I needed to redo my office. So I took everything out and I'm like, okay, the computer's broken anyway, so I'll take this time to rearrange the office. And now the U shape is bigger, so the studio has to look different. But I'm thinking this to be the backdrop.
No,
now.
I don't think so. I think it's just too busy too.
Really?
Yeah, he has. Oh, I think you can see, but he has like 1,000,001 Funko Pops. Is that what they're called?
175.
Yeah, and there's more down here, and I'm like,
So I think the people want to see the Funko Pops.
I think that people are okay without seeing the Funko Pop. They can see them. Like you guys can see them right here. There's an insane amount of them. Like
I know. Labyrinth. The Labyrinth.
this is a 49-year-old man. Just kidding. Just kidding. And the verge on the cusp of turning 50. I'm just kidding.
First of all, no. I'm nowhere. I don't want to say I'm nowhere near 49, but I'm not 49. And I'm not near it. I'm just under it.
It's all right. As long as you're under, you're fine.
Whatever. And so the office looks different. And we still have to get the original camera up. And then I got to get some lights in the background here. And just anyway, so for now, it's been flipped. All right. So yes, Bev. RF. Yes, we are back. David. Yahoo. Bev. Skull sign.
As for dead, like
I
whatever
know.
we're saying. Let me translate for you.
Whatever.
Old man. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm in my 40s too. What can I say?
Yeah, you're in your 40s. You call me 50 practically. David, it says, I feel like you make the grass greener where you stand. Haters gonna hate. You don't let them affect your green grass. Oh,
That's a good one. Yeah,
I like
for sure.
that. Mike. So Mike said it was Tom Holland that said it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, that's probably it. He goes, if you have a problem with me, yes, it was Tom Holland that said that. If you have a problem with me, then just text me. Right, and he goes, I don't care about the comments and stuff like that. Good job, Mike.
See, he's that's my husband right there.
Relax. Jonathan's from our word. He just got baptized about a year ago. This guy is honestly the biggest WWE fan. So am I. He's my spirit animal.
That's awesome. Nice to meet you, John.
And he says here, hey bro, on my lunch break, gonna see about doing the pod again. Awesome. David said 175 pounds or 175, but one is counting. What? But no one is counting. I would love to see them in the tees when you only see what?
We're like, please elaborate.
Well, no, I just the comments are from a distance, so I can't really see.
Hey, your eyeballs. It's okay. I can't. Yeah.
Didn't you get your eyes done?
Yeah, I did. But that is super small, and we can't really get really close. So we will go through the comments after. So thank you so much for commenting and being.
And
here.
this originally was set up to the bigger TV, so we could see all the comments and stuff like that.
Right now, it's a smaller screen that we're like.
Yeah. But
even LASIK is not going to help me see that.
So, interesting. All right. And you celebrated your 40.
I know. I totally did. I turned 40.
I want to go there again.
Okay. Yeah. So our 40th, Mike and I celebrated our 40th together and we decided to host. And we invited our closest friends and family. Yeah. Obviously, my twin was invited.
I was there. And we did not dress the same.
No, thankfully. Did we not? No, we didn't.
We did.
Oh, we did dress the same. We ordered the same thing too. Do you remember?
The exact same.
We sat together and we ordered the exact same thing and we're like.
How upset was I?
You were super upset.
Ticked off.
I don't know how it happens where you can meet someone we've known each other for a long time, right?
Yeah.
But technically we haven't gotten as close as we have until maybe the last 5 years.
Well, actually before the podcast, because we were as couples, we were hanging out.
Yeah, so we like when we started hanging out together, but then definitely when the podcast started happening, we're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And I don't know how him and I are so alike. Like we dress the same, we order the same.
It's disgusting.
We our mindset is very similar.
Yeah.
Obviously you're a guy, so sometimes you are offensive. Just kidding. Just comes with the territory, I guess.
I'm offensive. So I see her on Saturday. There's a volleyball tournament that we hosted. So we just invited a whole bunch of youth from the church and just whatever. They come to church. She drops off her kid. Great. We're taking care of her. We put her on a team. We're having a blast. Her and Mike comes to pick up Raquel. And then she looks at me and she goes, oh, you look really old. In front of everybody, right?
It was just in front of Mike. It was a joke.
No, Raquel was there. And she's like,
Raquel
oh my
was
gosh.
there.
Raquel was like so embarrassed for you. And she,
oh, please. Raquel knows me. She was laughing.
And I looked over to Mike. She goes, Maria, we don't say those kind of things. And I was like,
If you need to know who is the biggest supporter of Miguel here,
Team Miguel.
is Mike.
Yeah.
Mike is his biggest defender. I will make jokes.
Yeah.
Even when we were live in the podcast, and sometimes I will say things that perhaps I shouldn't have said. If I did, trust me, Mike is gonna let me know, and then he's gonna get a text of me being like, "I am so sorry, I took it too far."
Yes.
Which I'm like, "Oh yeah." And anything like any kind of conflict you and I have, always on your side.
It's because it's the rational thinker. And I understand that sometimes you need a little bit of emotional about the right-hand side or right
Well,
brain.
women and men are different, right? Women are more emotion-driven. Men are more
Right side,
logical, right?
Left side.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
I know.
Anyway, so Mike translates and helps me understand what he means. And then I'm like,
I need Mike in my life.
you 100% do.
Yeah. It was, we almost, anyways, we're not going to go into detail, but I need Mike a lot. Anyway, so she says that and she's like, we don't say that stuff. And then she's like, oh,
I was joking.
Okay. You weren't joking. I'll tell you why she wasn't joking. Because that morning, and this is what hurt even more. That morning, because the night before, I stayed up all night organizing the tournaments, the round robin, 6 round, or the six teams. And then and there was this software that I downloaded, so I didn't know anything about it. So I stayed up till like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And I woke up really, really early to finish cutting up like the papers, the scorecards, the score sheets. So I was tired. I was extremely tired. And I did have like whatever bags and it was dark and what. So and I looked in the mirror that morning, Saturday, and I'm like, oh man, I look beat up, right? Then this one only confirms what I was thinking in the morning.
You manifested it.
But hang on one second. That's not even the worst part. And she knows where I'm going with this. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, yeah, your eyelids are drooping down like that.
I literally did that with my hand.
She did. She acted it out and everything. She goes, your eyelids are drooping down over your eyeballs. Can you even see? I'm like, get away from me right now. We are not.
I was just kidding.
No, you weren't.
I was kidding. The only reason why I made it like intense for you is because you thought it. So you manifested it. You had to say in the morning, I am rested. I look good.
You're not a good friend. You are not a good friend. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back. Tell me about your summer. What was that moment of growth or something hard that happened this summer? You're like, nothing. My life is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. That was so gross, dude. That was not needed.
No, listen, I was trying not to say anything or laugh. I wanted to give you the space that you needed to reflect on your summer and your perfection. I don't want
to say I'm perfect. Yeah, I don't know. And see, oh man. So there's a story of a lady. There's a story of a lady that do you know who Les Brown is? Mm-hmm. So Les Brown tells a story that he was interviewing a woman who's a CEO, and she was top, like she was the CEO of the company, whatever, and she had to fight a lot of people to get to that position, right? Mm-hmm. And then Les Brown goes, "How did you do it, right? Like, I mean, after being a woman in a man's world, right, quote unquote, and you beat the odds, you destroy the competition, you got in this position of power over all these men, whatever, and some of them like you, some of them don't like you. How did you do it? And he goes, well, I got here by making a lot of right decisions.
Yeah.
Right. And
I was gonna say a lot of enemies. I thought that's where we
yeah,
were
no.
heading.
She goes, I got here by making a lot of good decisions, right? Like I got right decisions. Like, oh wow. He goes, well, how did you learn how to make a lot of right decisions? And she goes, well, I made a lot of bad decisions, right? So I'm a firm believer that bad things are not bad. They're just opportunities to learn something.
Okay, so what has been your opportunity this summer?
Well, this is what I'm saying, right? So everything that I experienced this summer, it's I knew the answers to. Anytime I would come across a challenge, I already knew what to do. So it wasn't really considered a challenge because I had gone through it already the year before, right? So, and I did make bad decisions. So when it came around this time around, I was like, well, I'm just not going to do that. And then I would make the right decision. So it wasn't really a challenge.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of something that stumped me throughout the summer, and
That's good though, eh? I think we all go through seasons, right? Peaks and valleys. Sometimes there's times where everything's good.
There is something that I did learn, and I think we talked about it as well, which is time blocking.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so I did learn that.
You're super busy.
This
guy did an insane amount of sweaters and T-shirts for all these church events.
Yeah.
How many in guesstimating? I don't know if you actually know the actual number. How many T-shirts and sweaters did you make?
I do know that number.
Okay.
It was around 450 shirts.
Wow. Did you what was the process like? Did you actually do them? Did you source them out?
Yeah. So before empty.
He's like, I can't share the trade secrets.
Where's my water?
I don't know.
What ended up happening was,
is it weird? Here, you can have some of mine. Here, I'll give it to you from here.
I'm probably gonna backwash.
That's disgusting.
On purpose.
That's disgusting. I mean, it's not weird. We've shared drinks before. Is that weird? Is that weird? Not just them two of us. With our spouses. It was I guess that if you were sitting next to us in the other table, that might have been one that people might have been like, "Yikes!"
That was probably one of the weirdest moments of my life because.
But you're the one that initiated it.
While it was happening, nobody said anything. It wasn't until the drink came back to me. I was like, "We all just drank out of that, right?" And we're like, "Yeah, cool." And so I'm like, "Oh, thank you." So, I used to own a printing press before I started MTC Life.
Okay.
And so,
do you still have it?
Yes, I retained the name LDS Rags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, LDS, and it was pretty big. We were providing shirts to Palmyra.
Yep.
And there was a church store there.
Yeah.
We were providing shirts to them, and they were selling for us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we would ship them there. They would put it on the racks, and then they would take 40% off every sale, and they would cut us a check, and then give us the 60% back.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was not a bad deal. We did a couple of remember the pageant?
Yep.
So we did a couple of where we put the table and selling shirts there and whatever. Anyway, so. I did. I had the press machine. I had how to make the screen printing, and I had a contact for shirts where I can get shirts dirt cheap, $2-3.
Wow.
It was. Oh yeah, you asked. You sent me a text message.
Yeah, see, I have to ask him now because I sent him a text message asking him about it, and this guy leaves me in purgatory. He never answers back.
I'm just afraid that you're gonna tell me how old I look. But anyways.
No, I literally in my mind have to be okay. He's probably busy instead of being like, what the frick is his problem?
A lot of the times when people text, and if you ever text me and I don't answer back, I apologize. So what ends up happening is that if somebody sends me a text message, if I don't reply back right away, chances are I'm in a workshop.
Yeah.
And so by the time I'm done the workshop, I am in an all-time high. People are coming to me, they're thanking me, they're giving me hugs, they want to take selfies, and I feel like a celebrity, and this good the feeling that's going through my body. By the time I get in the car, I'm only thinking about the workshop. I'm not thinking about, I got a text message in the middle of my presentation. So 9 times out of 10, I will forget. So I always tell people, just if I don't reply back by the end of the day, send me another text message. I am so sorry, right? Please don't take offense.
You know what the thing is that I can't even be upset with you because I'm like, I used to do that all the time too.
Yeah.
I used to forget. I never texted. a horrible texter.
Yeah. I'm just and now with voice to text over the car, which just makes it so much better.
Yeah.
But the one time I don't reply back is because I'm in a workshop.
Yeah. No
And I'll
worries.
forget afterwards, right? Anyway, so I had what was I saying about the t-shirts? Yeah. So I get these free cheap, not free, at least these absolutely cheap shirts, and the church was doing a couple of camps, young women's camps, Palmyra trip, YLC, and they were going to go pay $11 per shirt, and that just irked me inside when I know the cost of a shirt and I know the cost of a press.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, let me do it. I
So-
won't charge labor. So I didn't charge labor.
So you just charge cost. That's it.
Whatever my cost was to get the prints, to get like the image, to buy the shirts, I just flipped it and I sent it back. I gave them a cost per youth because that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
Right? Because when they do their budget, that's the budget.
Yeah, for sure.
And so the shirts came through like $3 something. The sweaters were like about $15.
That's insane, eh?
A sweater for $15 and you buy it for like $50.
No, I know.
Right.
I know.
And so and again, just knowing what the church was going to pay, I could not let it go. And so I did. I the shirts, mugs, hats, lanyards, what else?
You had the backpacks.
Yeah, the backpacks, the string bags. Anyways, there's a whole the journals.
Oh yeah, you did the journals
Right, I
too.
did
Yeah,
the
it was an
journal.
insane amount of things
Yeah.
that were done.
I have camp mugs and then some tumblers as well.
Yeah.
So, anyways, and so I purchased everything under MTC Life because again or LDS Rags because they still had all of that. And then I ordered the prints and then we pressed them. Levi and we started at 8 at nighttime and we finished at 4 in the morning.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then I paid him like $150, $200 just
That's
to like
awesome.
for his time kind of
Yeah.
thing. But that came out of my pocket, so I didn't charge the church for that. So that came straight out of my pocket. Yeah,
Wow.
and so he was like super excited to the point that he wants to start up a printing press.
He totally should.
Yeah, well, he has. So he's going to continue the name LDS Rags,
Yeah.
which is Levi's Design Stitching.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So he's continuing LDS. And now because I have the press and I do like pressing and designing,
Yeah.
I've turned it into a workshop.
Oh, that's incredible.
It's called a Classroom Crest workshop.
Okay, cool.
So the kids design their own crest,
Yeah.
and then we do a dot democracy where they pick the favorite ones,
Yeah.
and that's gonna represent their classroom. We send it out to I do the cutting, they bring it back, they pick it or they press, and then they bring in the machines, and then they press and they walk away with a shirt.
That's awesome.
And so so I'll get Levi to do all of that stuff.
That's
And,
incredible.
yeah. So
Hey.
that was and going back to why you brought it up. There was no way that I was going to be able to do all of that if I hadn't learned time blocking.
Yeah.
That saved my life.
You're
And
like,
so-
that saved my marriage.
I'm telling you right now, and there was no way that absolutely. And I don't know if you know, but you had somewhat of a system like that before,
I have a system very similar.
like time blocking.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've talked about it. So I
No, we
share.
haven't. You say that we have.
Let's rewind it back.
Yeah,
We've
let's
done,
rewind it back.
Yeah, I totally
When?
probably at some podcast. I've been doing it for a while.
No, you haven't. You haven't shared it here.
I'm pretty sure I have, but I don't know. Maybe. You know what the thing is that sometimes when I share things with you, you're like, oh yeah, okay. And then I hear you saying it to other people, and he's like, yeah, I can't remember where I heard it, or like he's saying it as he said it, and I'm like, all right, Miguel.
Well, I have a confession to make.
Uh-huh.
So I did a massive workshop for the 4-year education group, which
Okay.
is they own
What did you do it on?
I did it on time management.
Okay.
But then,
Tell me. I'm intrigued.
oh my gosh. And I'm giving you credit. And I did give you credit at the workshop.
Okay.
I did give you credit.
Okay.
So I don't know if your ears were burning. You're not getting.
Tell me. Okay, tell me what part did you use? I'm
you're-
excited
and
about
you're-
this.
And you're not getting any commission from that. from that.
Honestly, that's totally okay. Okay, tell me.
The 5 Fs.
He's like, I totally came up on my own. It's all right. No, don't even worry because I'm like, a lot of other people use it as well, so it's totally okay.
But I did not call it the 5 Fs.
What did you call it?
I call it the high fives.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
See, you made it your own.
I did. And so go the original name, and I did say the original name is the 5Fs. I don't know how I feel about that name. My co-star, she actually uses the. Did you make that system or did you adapt it from somewhere?
For what?
The 5Fs.
No, I remember somebody sharing something similar about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I looked at my values and my goals and what like over the years has been meaningful to me, and then I picked my own.
Okay.
Mhm.
No. I know.
Or the 5Fs. What do you mean?
Faith, family, fitness, finance, and friends.
Yeah, that's the hierarchy of my values.
Right.
Yeah.
So that, but those particular 5Fs,
Mm-hmm.
did you hear from somebody else, or you created these 5Fs?
Like the words are around, if that's what you're
Oh
talking.
my gosh, are we, Mike? If you're there, please, I need help.
I'm like,
Ready?
what do you mean?
So
I'm
the 5Fs,
Yeah.
the actual 5Fs. Did you hear somebody else say these are my 5Fs?
No.
Faith, family, friends,
No.
fitness.
no, I didn't.
Okay, you didn't. So you created.
Yeah, because I started looking. I have heard of like different apps that people include, right? Like different people include fun, or they include finances, or like all these other stuff. So there are people who say they're Fs, right? But they don't always align it to their values. So for me, I needed something that will anchor me to my values that was easy to remember.
Right.
So as I've been developing, I guess over the last 10 years, it became the hierarchy of my values.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
But it was me.
You
It was me.
created
This is not-
those 5
Well,
particular Fs.
I didn't create the words.
Oh my
but
gosh.
yes.
Bullet to the brain, people.
It's the nail story. I hate that stupid story. Anyway.
Oh, so that's part 2 to the workshop. Is it? I'm like, and you got to organize your thoughts. You got to mind dump everything. Which is everything that I did, right? You got to mind dump everything. You got to write everything down.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's there, then you can start categorizing. And then I taught them the Eisenhower matrix. I don't know if you know about that.
Yeah, it's the same one that what's his name uses. Is the Stephen R. Covey, which is urgent, non-urgent,
yeah.
important, non-important.
So Eisenhower, he's the one that created that, which is the 34th president of the United States, right?
It was actually okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I have to fact check that a little bit because I think it's a little bit different. But yes, go ahead.
Well, it's named after him.
Okay, go ahead. Yep.
It's called the Eisenhower matrix.
All right, go ahead. Yes.
So Eisenhower was the 34th president, and I don't know if he was a Republican or Democrat, but he was one of the few presidents that everybody loved.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that happens all the times is that when a new president comes into power, first thing they do, first order of business, is they get rid of everything that the previous president did.
Mm-hmm.
So they do like an executive order, and they get rid of everything. So if it's a Republican that's in there, they destroy or they shut down any Democratic initiatives and vice versa, right? But Eisenhower, what he did was when he got in there, he was like, I'm not going to do that. Like if it's working, it's working.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue using it.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. And if it needs a little bit of tweaking, then we'll tweak it, but we'll keep the core as it is. So he was one of the few presidents that did not come into power and create this peeing competition where I'm like, I'm the guy now and I got to destroy everything back.
Yeah.
So people from both parties actually loved him.
Yeah.
And one of the few presidents that whatever. And so, but he was also known as one of the few presidents that he signed a lot of executive orders. Like he was an extremely busy man and he was just signing like crazy. And he used this not important whatever. And
It's such a good matrix.
yeah. So I taught that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, you got to mind dump everything. You got to organize. And I showed him time blocking. And I told him about the 5Fs. And I go, listen, there's a book called Anxiety IX or Anxiety
RX.
RX. I said IX. My bad. So there's a lot of people looking for that book right now. And they can't
Like,
find
did
it.
he mean RX?
And they can't
okay.
find
What you can say is that, no, I did say RX.
Yeah, I'll be like, I did record it. So they can always fact check me. And I'm like, and then thoughts cannot produce more thoughts. Is that the quote?
Thoughts cannot fix, what was it? Like your thinking cannot fix, I can't remember now.
Yeah,
Thoughts cannot fix
more
thoughts. Something along the lines. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and
thoughts
so
cannot
that's
fix
pretty
other
much
thoughts.
thoughts cannot fix more thoughts cannot fix thoughts.
I feel like it's something else. Because
Thoughts.
we
Anyways,
will get back to that quote.
we will come back with actual statements, factual statements. But anyway, so I use that.
We're a little rusty right now, clearly. We had a summer. Our brains are a little.
But yeah, is it my elbow just extremely pointy or is this the camera? Holy crap. Like what is happening there?
I think.
That is one pointy elbow.
I think, I don't know. It looks like a chicken wing.
Dude, that is, what is happening right
It might be just the angle.
Dude, is it just, can you let me know in the, like, honestly, that's not real.
You just touched it.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to derail here for a sec. Look at that. That's a regular elbow right there.
You still have the pointy part. It's just this. It's
Everybody
just
has a pointy part.
Exactly. I think it's fine.
Look. Regular. So that's regular. And you got this friggin' mutant chicken wing here.
I just want to say thank you for continuing to watch us and support us after.
Dude, I got to get that checked. I'm not even joking here right now. This has to be a condition. This has to be a condition.
Anyway, finish telling your story.
David is like, you're growing a chicken wing. You're not wrong, dude. What is this is so distracting. I can't even. What was I talking about?
I don't know. You're finishing. Oh, what you taught.
Thoughts cannot produce.
We'll figure it out. I have it written somewhere, I'm sure.
Anyways, I apologize.
Sorry.
It still
this
works,
is so
though.
awkward. Can you just concentrate on the rest of the...
No, because you know how self-conscious I'm going to be now, right? It's long sleeves for me now, moving forward. This is not... Yeah, we are not going short sleeves anymore. This is... Can I shave it down? Like a grinder?
This is just the way that the camera makes it look. You're fine. Your elbow is fine.
Tell me that this is not...
Oh. I don't think that's normal. I'm so sorry. I think you should get it checked.
Right.
I thought it was just a camera.
Compared to this one.
It is pointy, but that one is definitely more pointy. You have pointy elbows. I've never seen an elbow that like...
This is more rounded. This is a spear. I can kill somebody with this. If I start running elbow first, I'm poking someone. I'm puncturing someone. Dude, I'm going to get this checked because this cannot be healthy. What is happening right now? It feels weird. Touch it. Touch it. Just touch it. No, with your...
Okay.
No, like this. Just touch it. Just touch it.
That is your bone. That is legit your bone.
I know it's a bone, but why is it so point? Why is it an arrow? Why is it? It's like
like a boomerang, you know, like the ones that come back.
But it still works though.
It's fine. It's just you were made that way, I guess.
Yeah, no more short sleeves for me. Like this is just ridiculous. What is happening? Even going like this, you can see it protruding down there. I'm sorry, people. I know that we're really talking about progression, but my body is deformed right now, and I need to figure this out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you're so funny. Okay.
So
let's get back.
You know what would be really weird? If my arm is straight and it's still pointing out. That's just a mutation. That's just a defect.
We literally just spent 10 minutes talking about that.
I don't care, dude. Like, people are witnessing a new form of human. This is just so weird. Okay. All right. Anyway, so I'm just going to cover.
So it went well. That's what you're saying. Going back to the...
Yeah, so I gave you credit. So
awesome.
I spoke to them.
Stop playing with it.
It's talking to me. So I did this workshop. It went really well.
That's so good.
I gave you credit for it. And so...
That's so good.
So you did teach me too.
Honestly, I feel like I have so much in my mind that I could do. You know what? Like one of the things that I would love to do, or I would actually love both of us to do, but it's online courses, right?
Oh my gosh, dude!
And
I've been thinking about this all summer.
And I'm like, I feel like I have so much stuff in this brain, and I feel collaborating together. It would just.
I want to do a parenting workshop.
Yes,
I want to do a parenting workshop.
I want to do a parenting workshop 100%. I would love to. I have so many different ideas and thoughts with regards to that.
Yeah. I'll wear long sleeves for that. I don't want people looking at my elbows the entire time because it's gonna happen.
Anyway, so
this is so flipping weird, man. Okay, so yeah, so we got to do a parenting workshop.
Yeah, I have a goal. Okay, so I have a goal for the end of the year to actually create something. Because you know what happens to me? I have goals and I accomplish. Like I do accomplish my goals, but there's certain goals, especially when it comes to like actual career related stuff, that I flop so hard.
That's what related?
Like career related,
Oh,
like the stuff
career.
that both you and I do
Yeah,
together,
yeah.
and like I flop so hard, and
But why though?
I think I expected it to be as easy for me as fitness is, because okay, so with fitness I have an immediate like, yes, I did it, like,
Yeah.
and that's what keeps me coming
Oh,
back,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
With work
The
related things,
gratification is when you're done in the hour.
exactly. So I think like I've been listening about habits and building habits and like just getting better with regards to this
I
stuff.
keep looking at my elbow. Sorry.
Stop it.
I gotta find a way that just nobody else can see it.
Just put it down. Just like go
I know,
like this.
but I can't be
Just-
talking to you like this the entire.
No,
Okay.
just put your arm down, like just normal. What are you doing? Anyway, that's something I gotta work on. What time is it? Oh, it's 10:52.
Do you want to log off already? Like, why does
It's your elbow.
you got to go to your other podcast?
I gotta go do my own. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, anyway, so I do want to get better in that area.
Yeah.
And I have a goal right now from now until the end of the year just to create something.
Okay.
Right?
Let's do it then.
Yeah? Okay, let's
Let's do it. Let's spend some time during the week. So before December are my slowest time. So I got a lot more time.
Okay.
So I can come by.
Yes, let's
and
do
then
it.
you come here for the podcast, so I'll go there to collaborate, and then we'll just create a course, and then we'll offer it.
Yeah, I really want to, because I just feel so passionate with regards to courses. I feel passionate, and like you have the same passion with regards to helping people.
No, I know.
And I really want to do it. I need to do it.
Well, the one thing I'm excited about are these shirts.
Oh, I know. I was gonna mention it. It looks so good.
I know. So
I like the Never Alone on there.
yeah. So
Did you make it too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How's the material? That's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, it's 100% polyester.
Okay.
Brushed polyester, so super soft.
I like this material better than some materials, because there's some that are like hardcore, like
I hate
100%.
cotton.
Yes.
I hate it.
They
Shrinks, and then any image that is pressed on it, it's done. Even brushed cotton, it's supposed to be pre-shrunk. It doesn't matter. You put it in the wash, it's done, right?
Yeah.
So polyester, brushed polyester, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's you can use it for fitness. You can use it. It stretches with you. It's not that bad. It retains its shape, and then whatever image that you press on, the image remains true to its like how it looks like, right?
Yeah.
So that's the shirt. It's 100% brushed polyester. But then last year, what I was noticing that every time I was going to a school, a lot of schools were like, "We love your program. We want to do your program, but we don't have an active parent council." Yeah. And if the school doesn't have an active parent council, they have no money.
Yeah.
Like they don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not doing fundraisers. They're not doing anything like that. And or it's like, oh, we didn't get the funds from the governments, and so we don't have any funds this year, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And I hate hearing that. And there's only so much free workshops that I can, because I do give free workshops, but there's only so much that I can do before it starts to hurt, like your livelihood, right? Because I do this.
This is your full time,
right? Full time. Yeah. So mental health and leadership, there's one image or one thing that really helped me grow up and whatever, which is knowing that I'm never alone. Mm-hmm. So it says never alone. On one side is the Inukshuk.
Oh, yes.
So the Inukshuk, what it is, it's supposed to represent navigation. So people in the old days, they would navigate. One arm is longer than the other, and it would just show people that I was here and you're going there. It would show where there was good grounds, good fishing grounds, good tilling grounds, when there was herds, animals, meat, and all that other stuff. So it was a position of guidance. It was an object of guidance, right? So the Inukshuk, because that's what MTC Life is. It's I was here and you're going there. On the other side is a C, the 3 levels of leadership at MTC Life.
What's okay?
The three levels of leadership. The 3 C's of leadership.
Okay, what are they?
Champion, captain, and coach.
Champion, captain, and coach. Okay.
So champion is for everyone that just is whether or not you're winning, you're trying to win, you're trying to succeed.
Okay.
C for champion. captain are the captains over those champions. So if you're in a leadership position, like a youth leader over like a group of youth,
Yeah.
they would be considered a captain. And then the coach, who is guiding the captain to teach them how to lead a group. The 3 C's of leadership at MTC Life.
I like it.
And so eventually I'm going to change them different colors.
Yep.
So, you know, a captain will be green or whatever. Anyways. And at the back,
it says MTC
I don't know
Life.
if you can see it.
Yeah, MTC Life.
It says MTC Life. So the goal here is, I was hoping to go live the link last week, Friday, but with all of this, I had to put it off in the back burner. So this week, the link is going to go live, and for every 50 shirts, I think it is, the calculation, a school will get 1 free mental health day.
Oh, that's amazing.
Where I will go in and work with the youth, work with the staff, and work with the parents.
That's a way that you are helping them fundraise for.
This is anybody. Anybody
Yeah.
can go to the website and buy a shirt. So when you buy the shirt, you pick your size, and then you pick if there's a school you would like to nominate.
Oh, nice.
That they don't have funds or whatever, or you just know of a school, and you pick the school, and every 50 shirts, I think it's 50 shirts, we'll do a random draw.
That's amazing.
And then that school will get a free mental health day.
Question: Did you send an email blast to all the schools that you work with
Not yet.
to let them know?
Because this is that if you're just logging onto the website,
Yeah.
and you just whatever. Now, if a school wants to buy shirts for every student, then there's going to be a special cost, right?
Yeah.
Close to my cost, and then whatever. So, a school will have 200 kids, 300 kids, and then parents can purchase them. And if we get to a certain number, then the school gets a free mental health day.
That's amazing. I like it. It's a fundraiser. It makes me think Joey did a chocolate fundraiser.
Yeah.
And it's a way that you are supporting the program, but
Yeah.
the cost fully is not there for you, shared, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and again, everything's going back to the school. So the shirts, 100% of the cost of the shirt is going towards their mental health day, right?
I love it.
So so this is going to go live this week. If you want to support a school, a couple of schools, you just buy a shirt, pick the school that you want, and then after 50 shirts, I think it's 50 shirts. I have to take a look at the matrix. Then a school will get a day.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
A full day, right? And so it's not, I
That's
just don't go in for
incredible.
an hour and I walk out. It's like a full day.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I love it. Wow.
So,
Bravo.
and this is one of my thought projects over the summer, right? It's like how do I give an opportunity to those schools that don't have any?
I love it. I love it. It's like, it makes me think of all these other apps that are out there.
Yeah.
That there's this particular app that's called like the Flip Give or something like that. That every time a person goes and pays whatever in another store, a portion of that cost goes towards fundraising for whatever sport you're in.
Yeah.
You're kind of doing the same thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's a way to engage the parents. And
Yeah.
it's a way to engage the schools and not to have solely the cost of it be just on the
Yeah.
administration, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's
Yeah.
awesome, actually.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen.
This is it.
This is it. Thank you so much for. So we don't even have the intro, and I don't know if you noticed, but there was no song in the beginning because again, we're just trying to reset up the studio and stuff. So
We just wanted to come back, so not everything's perfect. But hey, we're here. That's what
we
matters,
did
right?
it. Yeah, we're a little bit washed out because there's no color.
I look like my
A mess. Yeah, you look old.
yeah. Listen, no, it's my forehead. Like I feel like my forehead looks really big.
No, it's huge. It's massive, and then your eyelids are just flipping over your
Are they?
eyes.
I
It's-
love it. I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm like, let me wear that aging with pride.
It doesn't look good.
Listen, it looks so good. A lot of people don't think I'm 40. What about you? A lot of people know you're 50.
They think relax. I don't look 50. They think I'm 30 in my 30s.
You're
I
old.
get picked. I don't want to say get picked up because that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I get a lot of people approaching, inquiring of my age, and everybody thinks I look like I'm in my 30s.
Yeah.
So that Saturday's comment really hurt.
You know, well, I was joking. I was just
You were
joking. I
not-
was 100% joking.
You were not
I
joking.
was
Even Mike was just like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe those words just came out of your mouth." And And Raquel was just embarrassed for you.
Oh, Raquel was laughing.
Raquel was my side. She's, Mommy, don't say
Oh,
that.
please. Raquel just laughed so hard. She actually wants to be a guest in that podcast.
I
She's
know.
been
She said,
asking.
yeah, she said.
We should have part of our parenting like section, maybe of a podcast. We should do
Real life disciplinary actions on our children.
No,
so
you
we'll
know
have
what we could
Raquel and
do?
you can show everybody how she gets
First of
disciplined.
all, maybe we can do one of the things. Let us know what you think about this. If this is something that you would find helpful. But I'm like, what if we had questions being submitted and then we had like an actual teen? We could have Levi or Elias,
not
right?
Levi. Not Levi. Levi
Okay,
would
we'll
just
have Elias.
destroy. Levi would be the comedian.
Okay, we need to have Levi at least on once.
No, I know Levi, but Levi would be the comic. What was it called? The comedian.
So he's like you.
No,
Like that's what you would say.
no.
There's only
No.
Levi's very much like him. Okay, that's why
Yes.
Miguel does not want the spotlight to be taken away from him. So he's like, I can't. No.
He's the competition.
He's like, he's gonna take you out of a job.
So we got here. Oh shoot! What am I doing? All right. Some of these last comments, just to like whatever. I did not know you made those T-shirts. Yeah, no problem. Jonathan says I'm only 32, but my goddaughter told me I was born in the late 90s. Wow. And David just keeps putting all this chicken references. Enough with that.
That is we will call you the people's chicken wing. You know who is like the people's coach? It is now the people's chicken wing. It's all right. Embrace it. That's what makes you you.
You should not be talking right now. Alba says that is funny name you put out. Bev says that we should do a youth panel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I honestly think, because I think sometimes as parents, I like to think that maybe not so much for me, but maybe I am, that we don't know exactly what's going on in the youth's minds.
Yeah.
My approach to parenting is curiosity, right? Like I always love to see how the kids are growing or what they're thinking or like what's new. But it would be pretty cool, I think.
And we could set this up. So if I move the table more this way, we can have all the youth sitting on that side. And then we would sit at the end and just like start interrogating them, right? And put the camera
I say
here.
let's start off with Raquel and Levi.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
No, I know.
Which is like a fun podcast. We'll call it like, we'll figure it out.
Degeneration.
Degeneration.
Alba says you're a good comedian. Thank you so much. I was watching from Argentina.
Oh, that's so nice.
Hey, Argentina, muy bien. ¿Cómo está? ¿Todo bien? Un placer. Increíble.
Those are all the Spanish words that he knows. Just kidding.
It's the only Spanish words that I know. No, muchas gracias. Un placer estar aquí con ustedes. Yo lo que me encantaría hacer es hacer un podcast.
¿En español?
En español. Pero esta no quiere porque tiene miedo que el español no es tan bien. ¿Qué piensan?
¿Debemos hacer un podcast en español?
Sí, ¿por qué no? Hay muchas gentes en que hablan solo español, o hay muchos latinos americanos que quieren también aprender estas cosas, y sería bueno y chévere poder hablar español con ellos. That's my Spanish.
All right.
So like total white guy, right? Yo querer hablar en español.
Españole. That was like my Joey reading Spanish, and he had a French accent while he was reading it because he's learning French now. So every Spanish word was French for him. Anyway, okay.
So, hey, again, thank you so much for watching. Oh, yeah, you do the intro, right? I do the outro.
Yeah, you did the
Yeah,
outro.
I normally do the outro. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Coach Martinez, and this is my
The
co-host.
chicken wing coach. And I am Maria Bunt. Your, what was it? Mindset BFF.
Yeah, your Mindset BFF. It's underneath there.
I can't see because of the comments, and it's been so like.
Mindset BFF.
Yeah.
So again, we don't have an outro. So if you go to our socials, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, you can find this podcast and stuff like that. You can follow personally Maria at Maria Bunt. And Facebook.
Relax. I thought it was Instagram. Anyway.
What is it?
It's for Instagram?
Instagram is MTC Life,
Yes.
Maria Bunt, right?
No, Maria _ MTC Life. And then my on Facebook is just Maria Bunt.
Yeah. But what's your personal growth organization?
What?
Don't you have a page?
No, I don't have a page. I don't use that page anymore because before it was all about fitness. So I just kept it to Instagram, to the MTC Life one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and we got some shout outs from Alberta. Thank you so much. We have it says here, ¿por qué eso los dos habían... para eso los dos hablan español, ¿ve? And what does Lori says? Nice to see you both back. Love you both, Lori LaFrance.
Lori, love you.
You know that she's the one that organized the Sister Weeks conference, right?
I know it.
She
I was
is
there.
like hardcore, Sister
100%.
Lori LaFrance. She's the people's woman. Sister.
She is. Honestly, Lori, we look up to you. You are incredible.
She's the next prophet.
100%. I will sustain.
We
love you, Lori.
We love you, Lori. I can't sustain that. I'm like, I want you to be. Well, this is a change in higher. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much. We love you all, and we don't have an intro, so we're just gonna do this hard cutoff, and that's it. Later.
All right, bye, guys.
We need an intro. We need to fix this.
So it's not like a...
I don't. Love you. Bye.